set up so I can show you guys what is going to happen with Streamlabs. This is going to be recorded as well, so just in case he doesn't pop into the chat, the guy I'm trying to help out with this one, you'll be able to see the VOD for this one later. There's not going to be anything personal, no stream key is not going to be shown or anything like that for it. This is literally just to try and help someone else. If you guys who are watching this back have any questions, you can send me a message for this one at any time. I just hope this helps some people out. So, the guy who was on the Facebook page was saying basically he's been given a load of recording equipment. I'm going to pull up the post quickly just so I can go over it, just to make sure I know what I'm looking at here. Right. So his original question was, does anyone know about the OBS streaming software? Trying to find out what I need for my son to stream. We got handed a bunch of stuff from a professional photography set with a green screen, 5 lights, a 4K webcam, very nice by the way, and a microphone. Now just seeing what program I can use. He wants to do YouTube streaming and maybe Twitch. Respectable, commendable, and I love that. This is layered on. It's literally just me capturing my display right now. So there's a few different things that you can do with Streamlabs just to ease you into it. Immediately, it's not going to look like this. This is down the line for it. It's nowhere near going to look like this. But what you're going to get is empty boxes here, here, and here. You'll have to start adding things into it slowly and surely just to get yourself built up to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over these to start with. So this is, I don't know if I've got it shown. Yeah, it's Storm's Pulse Ultimate for now. So these are your scenes, the different things you can flick between. So I can do this, and I can flick between different things that I've got set up. There you go. You can also macro them. Oh, hold on. There we go. I've got the Elgato set up with the PS4 at the moment, just in case, just to kind of show you where we're going to go with that one as well. Okay. So, yes, there's that. Right. So you'll notice a few things here. The first one that I added in was stream starting soon. There are tons of pages that you can go to basically pick one of these ones up. There's even themes and things that you can kind of do to get you where you need to be. All you'd need to do is, if you watch what I'm doing, I've got the mouse showing and everything like that, you'd add a new scene, change it to what you want to, stream starting soon, or, I don't know, whatever you want to, something that's easy for you to remember, okay? I'm going to do a quick one here. So you're going to see when you add it in, it's going to be blank. The only things it's going to pick up are going to be the microphone and the speakers. So I'll go back to the PC screen. So these ones here are the two that you're going to be left with, okay? I hopefully will be able to do this with the settings and show you guys. Okay, yeah. Damn, that's a bit janky. Okay. When you open up settings, can I do it on the left side? Yeah, kinda. This is very difficult to do because it's all covered up for me. Bugger it, you guys should be able to see it on the stream. What I'm going to do is do that, check it from there. I'm just making sure that you guys can see what I'm seeing as best I can. Yeah, you can. Okay. So, the settings to Streamlabs. Did you invite this dude to watch? Yes. The settings that I've got showing up, and it's also going to be on a VOD, will be this. So it looks a lot more than it needs to be. You'll start with the general thing, and you've got all this kind of thing here. So immediately, most of these will be ticked. This is how I've got it set up myself. So you've got confirmation dialog when the stream starts. That's just to kind of say, I want to stream. Are you sure you definitely want to? You haven't just clicked this button by accident. There's confirmation dialog when stopping them and that. Are you sure you want to? Automatically record when streaming. I'd leave that off for now because it'll fill up just with random crap. Like, you will actually get loads of files just building up and that for as you do that. So just be careful of that one. If you do want to back everything up, just in case you get some clips, you want to stick it up on YouTube, do it that way. That's perfectly fine. Just make sure you've got enough hard drive space to cope with that. I've got 4.5 terabytes sitting in the rig at the moment for it, just in case I do need to record anything, but you don't usually need to. Keep recording when stream stops, just in case you do something off stream or if your stream crashes. That's a good way of backing it up. Start replay buffer when streaming. Yeah, you get the idea. So these are ones that you can capture replays, and I'll go through that in just a second as well. Okay. Source alignment snapping. This is very helpful, so leave this on. It's more just to kind of help you arrange where the different parts of your stream are on the screen. And I'll try and go through that as well. Pretty much just go through everything. That's all I'm going to do today. Okay? So, I'm going to do... I don't know. Let's start with this. You can't change the settings when you're live. This is where you're going to need to enter your stream key. Okay? So, there'll be a section on this one here for it that'll allow you to change where you're streaming to. So, there'll be YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Mixer, wherever. You just add them in on here. You need to authorize them. Yeah. So, I can't really do anything with that one now. I was going to use a recording system over the top of Streamlabs, but I felt like that was a bit overkill. My rig's not really meant for doing a lot with at the moment. I am mid-upgrade, so... yeah. Output. This is the big beastie. This is where things get a little bit more technical, and you are going to need to have these set up so it's capable to your system. Okay, so your system, from what I've seen in the rest of the group, is going to be a lot more powerful than mine. Probably will be for a very long time, so we'll go over that. The output mode, I've stuck it on simple. You don't need all the advanced stuff, but the main things you're going to need is your streaming bitrate, encoder, your audio bitrate, all that kind of thing. Now, there are calculators you can use to say what bitrate you should be streaming at. There are calculators to say what encoder you should be streaming at and all this kind of thing for it. This is a very basic setup. You can tweak these. You can change these to make these run a bit smoother for your own thing as well. So do that, by all means. Audio bitrate, 96. It's part of the calculators that you'll find, so just run on that side of it as well. Set your recording path to where you want to go for it. Just ignore the random crap that I've typed in for it as well. High quality medium file, what format, something that you can edit easier and that for down the line. The encoder as well, usually I run the same encoder that I stream through. So I see no reason not to with that one there. Okay, so replay buffer as well. If you do something in a game, if you want to clip it yourself, but not use the Twitch clip or the YouTube clip system, you want to save it for yourself, you get a replay buffer. That there will show you the maximum amount of time a replay buffer will do. So it'll save a small file for that one. Okay? Moving on to audio. Now this is where some of the bits that I showed you on the right hand side will actually start coming into play. Okay? So, sample rate. 2 sample rates. If you know your audio, that's going to mean a lot more to you. It's just kind of the quality that you're going to run through. Channels, you can run whatever sort of channel that you want to for it. So your audio can run through crisp as, you know, you get the idea. But most people are going to be watching on mobile. So what I would genuinely say to simplify things a bit more for you is to run it in stereo. So it'll still be decent quality. You get your left and right audio. People will be able to pick up where stuff's coming from. If you're doing 7.1, if you're playing 7.1, cool. If you got Dolby sorted out, which most people do, cool. Run it how you want to. Fiddle around. See how the audio plays back. That's probably the best way you can do this one. Right. It will pick up your inputs straight off the bat. As long as you got everything installed properly, it will start picking up the inputs. So, audio device 1. I've got a list of different things plugged into mine, because I've got mine plugged into a DAC. I've got the Big Beastie A2020 sitting in front of my face and that for it as well. So it'll start picking up all different audio devices. Now, the main things you're going to need to do is run your audio device 1 out, okay? If you want to do a secondary audio device as well and edit using that one there, by all means, and then your mic is going to have to be selected here. Your webcam mic is going to pick up. Be ready for that one there. Disable it if you need to. That's what I'd usually do on this one for it. As I said, you've got a 4K webcam, so it's going to be pretty crispy on that. You're going to do quite well off that. But make sure you selected the right one. You'll be able to tell that once we go back off this settings screen, go back to the main menu for it, and that's when we start tweaking things a little bit more. Your video. So, you were talking about this one in the comments where you were saying that you wanted to do it 1600 by 900. Now, it's a format that you can record with, but it's not a format that I would recommend to stream with. Now, you've got to think like the different scaling that you get through on Twitch, on YouTube. Whenever you're watching something, it's not in 1600 by 900. I know a lot of monitors run that. That's probably your default for it. You can run your base canvas resolution off that, but I would scale that to something like 1080p or 720p, something people are going to be able to use, because that'll help you stream a little bit. Your downscale factor, there's a few different settings on here. I run by cubic just so it's sharper but faster. There is a super scaling one, I think just under this one when you select it. That's if you've got a really powerful rig, it will be a lot smoother, but it takes maybe like a couple of FPS off your games and that for it, because it's got to really like process that layering for it when it's doing the videos, when it's doing the streaming. That's a direct effect to your quality of your stream, so be ready for that. Fiddle around with it, do some test streams, come back to it. FPS values. That's a given one for it. You want 60 FPS gaming, you want to do 60 FPS recording as well. Like, that's a minimum sort of thing you're going to need to do for it. So you'll usually get on YouTube 1080p 60 FPS or 720p 60 FPS. Run it on that. If your rig can't cope, you can do 30 FPS streams. Just think how you want to watch this. Okay? Cool. Hotkeys. My favourite thing, even though I haven't done a lot of them, these will help you massively. If you've got a keyboard, like I'm running a RGB strafe, like Corsair RGB strafe at the moment for it, so I don't have macros that I can run. But I saw a big old bloody number pad on the right side of my keyboard, and I went, I don't really use that. May as well macro through that. So my start and stop run through number pad keys. So that's easy enough. Set it how you want to. You can do it through your mouse click. Literally, it's a macro. So whatever you want to change it to, you change it to. Whatever's comfortable. Fiddle around with that. Don't hit the key by accident. I've done that plenty of times. My stream's gone off. I've still been babbling away. I've done things on a video and nobody's been there. I've actually had Facebook messages off people like, by the way, you're not streaming anymore. Did you know? And I'm freaking out over that. Shit happens. Just be careful what you do. Okay? You've got your start recording, stop recording, all this kind of thing. You can set how you need to. I only really do streaming, so I don't need to mess around with the recording function. I can record if I want to. I can do a separate overlay which will allow me to save the videos. It doesn't save my webcam, but I can do a webcam pull off my stream if I need to. Is this going to actually allow me to do the thing? Because it's freaking glitched. There we go. Okay. So, moving down the list, once you start adding things in on the right side. So I was saying about how you've got your different scenes on the left side, which we started with. It'll break it down as to what you've got going on here for it. So you'll get a full scroll list, which I'm going to go back up, don't panic. A full scroll list will show you each of the scenes that you add in. So I've got the full cam scene, and it'll allow me to hide different parts of that. It'll allow me to add things back in. You don't really need to do that. If you want to hide your webcam, macro that. Do that, but bear in mind what you macro, and you're going to eventually run out of keys. Okay? Cool. All of this crap, which we will get to, I promise. The main thing that you're going to need is this. Switch to scene. One of the easiest things that you can do to speed up how fluid your entire stream is, how things run, is to have a macro set up between each of these different scenes that you add in. So you be right back screen, you display capture, if you're capturing a console, if you're doing a full cam, whatever it may be. I have a macro set up for each of these now. I don't have it set up for the new scene yet, but we'll get there. That scroll bar is horrific. But yeah, you can see I've got number pad 2, number pad 1. So I've got things in order. So I know where I'm going. If I smack one of my keypad buttons, and if I ever add any other things in, I've got that flexing option, which makes it a bit easier. Okay? You'll find that it will, in the hotkey section, it'll pick up stuff like me alert box, the jar, spawn spanner. You don't have to add a macro to everything. As you can see, most of these are blank. That's all it's ever going to be. Okay? So, that's something to fiddle around with once you get a bit more comfortable. The advanced. Right, this is where things start getting fucking messy. So, I've got it set up that there's a retry delay. So, if your stream goes down and you want to get back up and running with it, this will try and reboot the stream for you. So, say you've got a connection fault or you drop frames, and we'll go over that as well. That's how it'll run, okay? I've done it, does a delay of 10 seconds, allows things to reboot 10 seconds in, that close down processes. It'll try 20 times, as you can see, and then it'll just cut the stream, it'll stop streaming, it'll come up with a error report and say, this is why it's gone down, okay? And in which time you can start the stream again, you can apologise to your viewers, you can go from there. Network bind to IP. I've got that on default. There's no real need to do that kind of thing. Dynamically change bitrate when dropping frames while streaming. I should probably enable that. I don't, because you'll probably be able to see on the bottom left. You can actually see that I've got my FPS, my CPU usage, stuff like that, still running. So don't worry about that side of it. New networking code, just in case someone does capture you. Just be careful on that side of it. If you're using some sort of IP protection, you should be fine. Sources. Oh, low latency mode, ignore that as well. Like, if you want to do it so it's as one-for-one with your stream as possible, so you can interact with your chat real quick, enable it. But it doesn't really make a lot of difference, so don't worry about that one. Okay? Sources. Enable browser source hardware acceleration. You'll need that for a lot of the different plugins that we're going to do. Okay? So please leave that enabled, or enable it if it's not already. It does help out massively for us, so that you can get your alert box through, you can get your donations through. You want to be able to react at the same time someone wants you to react. That's why they're here, that's why they want this. And then your media files, media file caching, caching, I don't know, 6 and 2 3 is how you want to say it. I've left that on, I haven't really messed with that one. So I'm not really going to go over that. Game overlay. Right. This will allow you to, while you stream, while you're playing a game, OBS will put on an overlay in the same way that you do Streamlabs, Steam, where you get Shift Tab, and it brings up the full overlay. This will be, when you're playing the game, you'll actually get your chat box, which you can see on the right, and you'll be able to do, well, actually, will you be able to see this? Yes, you'll be able to see this. On your right, you'll be able to see your chat, and you can change the overlay how you want to. I'll try and show that now. Yeah, show chat, recent events, toggle positioning mode. If I do that, it does this here, and that allows you to see. So I can move my chat behind my face, or I can move recent events into the bottom left. So if I'm in the middle of a game, I can do that. Okay? That helps. If you're really focusing the game and you want to keep up with your chat, do that. You can also macro them and you can disable them if you need to. So, not a bad way of doing it. Overlay capacity. Capacity? God, I'm doing well. That's a given as to what that's going to do for you. Okay? So, if you want to still be able to see the game through it, like you're playing Valorant, if you manage to get a key, God, I hope you get a key because I really need one. Or anything else, and you want to keep up with your chat, do that. Change it down so you don't miss your game. Okay? I'm going to disable that, because why? Scene collections. This is, as it says, overlay designers to export their work for the store. This is more, people who are working on it can just like fiddle around with the different files, and they can show people how to do things and like this, or they can upload their own themes, and then they can edit it. I've really explained that badly, but don't really worry about this, okay? If you start designing your own themes, great. Help people out with it, sell your stuff, make money, I don't know. Do that. Notifications. Yeah, I've enabled notifications. So this is the thing that you'll see in the bottom left. I've got my CPU, FPS, all that kind of thing that I went over before. The notifications, it'll actually tell me in the I section you see at the bottom if I'm having problems. If I'm dropping frames because I've got a lot going on in the stream, okay. If my PC's having a moment, having an update, I want it to let me know. Disable sound, because your viewers don't want to hear that, but enable a notification. Okay? Go. Appearance. Your choice. There's a big meme going on about whether you do day or night mode in Streamlabs. Doesn't really matter. You do you. Scene item, selection mode, double click, select groups, and blah 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 blah. You can do this. You can change your chat doc, and it'll go there. It'll do that, and change the size of the text, so I can make you guys really hard to read. But if you got a big ass monitor, why not? Okay. There. Better Twitch TV emotes. I would enable them. Frankerface Z, if people want to use them as well, fair. But it's like, it does slow down your Streamlabs a little bit, because your Streamlabs has to load them. Okay? So, you've got settings for that one there as well. Okay? Face masks. We'll get to that. Mine does it just doesn't work, so sure. And remote control. Remote control. Yeah, I'm not going to really go over that one there for it. It's disabled. You guys won't be able to get access to that one there because it blurs out the important bits. But if you want to remote control it using the Streamlabs app on your mobile device, you can scan that using the app, authenticating it, and you can change your scenes using your phone. You could have a tablet set up on the side, allowing you to change all this kind of thing for it. So there's a lot of versatility on that side. That is the settings, and that is only one small part of a very big picture of this. So, yeah. Stage 1. Now, I went over and I said, we've got the scene. We've got the new scene. We're going to start adding sources to it. Okay? So, how am I going to do this in the best way possible for you guys? I could probably just do it in the PC bit. Ignore my jar exploding. There's all of these. You can remove scenes, of course. You can edit the transitions. So if I do this, I've got it on fade, because I think fade looks nice. It's a clean transition between the different scenes. Okay? So there's that. Hey, ding. I know there's going to be a big old VOD of this one once it's done. I'm going to crack a beer while I'm on, actually, because this is going to take a while. I'm going to be thirsty. I've got my green screen, like, kind of showing off part of the corner there as well, which is going to... So I'm going to disable chroma key at some point in this stream. That's going to really screw me. Right. It's not often I'm in just chatting as well. Let's do... Should I? Yeah, okay. Okay. Has it crashed? Have you crashed? You seem to have crashed. Right. Bear with me. Because that's the first thing that we're going to have to do. Right. When you get into the new scene, this is going to be blank. The first thing you're going to want to do, just so you can kind of get things in place, is going to be to add... Video capture device. Video capture device. As it says, it'll do built-in webcam, Logitech webcam, capture cards, that kind of thing of it. Add your source. Hi. And it'll automatically pick up what it is you're running. Now, if you've got other things plugged in, so say an Elgato capture card, you can see the mess in the background. We'll get to that again. I could run my Elgato, which probably won't pick up right now. Nope, there it is. So it's saying the Elgato and then it's saying video capture device. You want to add your webcam to start with. It's going to be massive. God, I regret doing this. Immediately, mine's got my filter applied to it. So ignore that side of it. Let me just disable these for a second, just so you can see. Yeah, that's what it's going to look like when you first add it. More or less. Looks naff, doesn't it? But you do get a lot of options with this one. So you're going to get it added in like that. Now, hi, ding, what are you doing? You can edit this straight off the bat. So you can change how big it is. Because you can resize this straight away and do whatever you need to. Or you can crop it. Now, I think I had mine. See, this is what I mean about macro keys. And you got to be careful with your macro keys. I'm going to have to type on the other keyboard part. Right, so I'm going to have to disable the glasses. I know, I suck. Edit transform, let's go back. Right, so 110. If you edit that, GG, thank you. Is that a llama? What's wrong with you? No? I can't even work out the emotes anymore. So crop it down to how you want to, get rid of all the crap that you don't need around the edges, and it'll make things a lot easier. Don't be mean, he's trying. It's a dog, what the fuck? I couldn't see, thanks. Yeah. So straight off the bat, that looks a lot cleaner, and I might actually keep it like that when I set this back up. Set it to the size you want to, position it where you want to. Because of the snap thing you're going to find, it'll actually like jump onto different parts, and you can see different pixel distance when you're in the middle of all this kind of thing. That's what all the numbers are. So, very useful. Right, let's do... Chroma key is probably the next thing that you're going to need. Okay? Chroma key is this filter here. Now, I've already set it up. All you're going to need to do is just do the plus, filter type, and it will be there. Chroma key. This is what will pick up either blue or green right behind me, because most green screens that you're going to get, that I found anyway, are blue on one side, green on the other. Kind of helps out. Sorry, good sir, I'm here, but I'm going to do a scrim. You cool. I'm just doing a guide for someone on the Facebook page that I'm, like, on with at the moment, so bear with me. This will all be VODed, so you guys can watch it back. If you want to get things set up yourself, by all means, go for it. You can do different things on the filters, but you don't really need to. You can muck around with it however you want. Okay? Chroma key is the big thing that we're going to want right now. So I've already got one chroma key set up, so we're just going to pretend that we added it. But the DLC is on CV. I may be doing that myself soon. Ignore the notifications, because the amount of people I've added over time is just bad. Right. Key color type. Green, blue, magenta, custom. If you have a background, like say you don't have a green screen, you have a blue sheet or a pink sheet, cool, you can do a custom one. You can set it up how you need to. I'm going to run with green because that's literally why I've got it here, and I'm pretty sure that's what you've got as well, mate, when you watch this back. I am very, very bright white right now. That I may need to fix at some point. Okay, so similarity, if I change this, I'll actually need to say enable that. Okay, right. So it should be set up as default 1 when you get this straight out of the box and you apply this. The more you go into this, eventually it'll start doing that. Okay, so you can see this like kind of black fade to it. That is, believe it or not, what you're going to need. And you will need to fiddle with that a little bit. The best way to do it is when your cam's in the background there, make it a bit bigger. Go back to this. And edit it on the fly. God, I wish I'd remembered the numbers before I did all this shit. So you can see this kind of graininess around the edge of my head. Don't panic about that, because as you can see, when I'm actually viewing the camera, it's not that bad. Don't wear a green t-shirt. Don't buy a green phone case like I did, and you should be okay. Smoothness. You can fuck with this, but it does that the more you do it. So I didn't really fudge with that one. Yeah. Okay. Key color spill reduction, again, don't do that. Opacity, don't do that. Contrast. Now, these are the kind of settings you will need to fiddle with just to get things looking a little more human, rather than like this, because, yeah, it does that. It will default to 0 eventually, yeah, more or less. So just fiddle with that how you need to. Now, being colorblind, it makes it really hard. So I've had to have other people, like my wife, help me set this up. So just, hopefully you'll be able to. Brightness. Yep. Just default, because to be honest, your 4K webcam should pick everything up perfectly fine on its own. Okay? I'm gonna need a drink. I'm getting thirsty doing this. Hey guys. Gamma is one of the biggest problems that I have faced whenever I've been doing this. It's just like the contrast and the brightness. I knock that all the way down because you, as default on most webcams, get a kind of a filter, an auto detect built into it. So check your webcam properties, okay? And you'll probably be able to pick up that side of it. You can enable the face masks. I might re-enable them. It's 500 bits to put a mask on me right now. Don't do that while I'm in the middle of this, guys. But the option should be there now. Yeah. That's your webcam. That's where you kind of need to start from all this mayhem. Lock it in place when you want to. As you can see, I can't click onto that now. If you unlock that one, fire away, do what you need to. And there is that. You won't need to worry about that right now. Down the line, if you get sponsors, keep them in your stream. You know, give them a mention, because they are going to be needed. The jar as well is another thing that you can do. That is something I like on my stream, just so my viewers can kind of see if you followed, if you subbed. You get that. You get this like kind of item, and you can make the glass explode by donating, or by subbing, or by doing bits and pieces. Literally bits and pieces. So that's a useful thing that you can add in just as a source. So it should be the jar. And you can edit that one as well. I might actually go over the editing side of it. These are all just all overlays, all bits and pieces that are going to be on top of the stream that you've already got. So I'm actually going to lock my webcam for a sec. And then there's the alert box, which we'll go into. We should probably show you how to set up display capture and game capture. Now, if I do game capture, it's not going to find a great deal because I'm not playing a game. I'm playing the game of demo how the hell to set this crap up. So, yeah. Yeah, looking for a game capture. There we go. So I'm just going to reselect those. You can, of course, hide them using this indicator. So, middle of a stream if you need to, like, use a separate monitor, which is what I'm doing for my music right now, and just keep it over there. Keep Streamlabs on one side for it while you're gaming on the other side, and you should be fine. Okay. This adds in just as a standard source. Okay. If you want to do a full capture of whatever you're doing on your PC, just be very careful because you don't want to, you know, show off sensitive data. You don't want to show off stuff that's, well, okay. Say you've been trying out clothes that are really ugly. I want to say worse things, but Twitch will kick my ass. You get the idea. Just don't do that. Display capture's a risk, so be careful. Okay. You can do game capture directly, which will automatically pick up a game. It will try and work out like, oh, if this one seems to be a game, we'll work it out as a game. You can close those down and that for it and edit around, but yeah. You can also do a scene. You don't really need to because that'll just keep looping within Streamlabs, so don't do that. You can do a browser source. So say you're doing Cards Against Humanity. I don't know what website it is now, but you can do a Microsoft Edge or a Google Chrome browser capture. If you want to do just chatting thing and watch videos together and meme stream, that's what Minilad does. If you know who that is, I don't know. Yeah. So you've got that as an option. So I would always make sure to add in both the game capture and a display capture just so you can do this kind of side of it if you ever want to down the line. If you've got bigger things going on and you want to, like, I don't know, do a multi-stream, you can do it through the display capture. But anyway, let's close that one off. The other things I've added in, so the sponsor banner, the jar, the alert box, all of these are called widgets. Widgets are very important for it. They will make your stream more interactive. The alert box is one of the big things that you will need to start your stream and get things rolling. So, should be just properties? Yeah, sick. Okay. There's a lot to take in here again. Hold on. Can you see my face? There we go. You can see my face now. Right. Set the width that you want to. Set what global settings you want to. So you've got subsections for these as well. You can change the pictures. You can change your donations. You can get them defaulted. Any merch purchases if you've got that linked on your Streamlabs profile. Your subs, your follows, your hosts, your raids. All this will show up in your alert box. Okay? Edit them how you want to. Get the sounds done how you want to. Like, this is for you to fiddle with in a way that makes your stream your stream. Okay? There'll be a delay of, say, 5 seconds. I don't know why I've got 5 seconds on mine. I'm finding things out about my own stream. But yeah, you've got that option there. If you have text, ding, I was on another tab doing some work. Cool. If you've got text that comes along with, so say people do a message when they donate or drop bits or anything like that, the bits will come up with the image, and then the text will come to whatever side you want. You can have it overlay, you can have it underneath. Then no matter what, if you've got the jar linked, it will link into the jar as well. You know, just drop them. Okay? So you get both. Right? Great fun. The jar is fairly easy to set up as well on the face of it. It's literally the same sort of thing. Once you've added it in properties, you can edit the image of what jar you want to, change the font, all this kind of jazz. There you go. See? Whimsical. Don't do it if you don't want to do it, but I like it. Okay? Great. Yeah, that should pretty much cover it for that side of it. There's a lot more you can do, but do it down the line. For the basics, run it like this and you should be fine. Okay? Probably should go over if you're capturing from a capture card like an Elgato or Hopage or whatever you want to really for it. If you've got one of them, if you're running it from a console like a PS4 or a Switch, It's a little bit of a faff of a setup, but it does work quite well. I'm probably not going to be able to show you guys the card because it's wrapped under the wires and that for it. I will try. No, there's not enough wire range on that one there. Okay. But this runs, I've run it as a scene. And then after the scene, I've run it as a video capture device. Now you saw, hey buddy, appreciate this a lot. Is this going to be in your videos later? Yes. I have gone over how to start, the settings. I've gone over pretty much everything I can think of. And we'll get to music as well. So if you have any questions when you watch this back, by all means, drop me a message. Or if there's anything specific you want to ask now, please go ahead and I will try. Okay? But this is going to be a VOD, accessible on the channel. Do what you need to. Message me. Yeah. Okay? Yeah, other things I was going to go into just to keep the video rolling so you can catch up. The Elgato, I've got that set up here. When you add it in, it will not default to this size, okay? It will probably be massive. You can right-click on that, transform, fit the screen. So I'm not home out of Micro Center for the boss. You cool. Don't worry about it, man. Honestly, you can watch this back at any time for us. You can just cycle back and forth through the video and drop me a message at any point. Follow up on the thread if you really do get stuck. And I will be there. I'm furloughed right now. I can't really do much. I'm in lockdown. So that's fun. Yeah. You can transform this, you can fit the screen, you can stretch the screen. If it's a bit wonky, maybe edit it a little bit. Okay? The Elgato will pick up just how you want to. If you run it from a PS4, you do need to disable HDCP before plugging it all in. Your Elgato box will guide it all through. I'll send you a friend request on there also. Sounds good, man. Don't worry about it. Just let me know if you need us for this, okay? Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Words English. What was I? Right. Audio is probably something I should go through. You will see I've got very limited audio here. When you've got your speaker set up, which I've got on USB audio codec, it will pick up literally everything that happens with your system. If you're playing music in the background, be careful if it's copyrighted and you've got the VODs enabled on your Twitch channel or YouTube channel, because if it saves it as a video and it's copyrighted, you won't make any money. You can lose your ability to stream. Just be very careful with this one, okay? But if you apply for a Monster Cat whitelist, which is what I do, I pay $5 a month, thereabouts, and you can play any of the Monster Cat listed songs on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. You just have to link them somewhere in your profile. So you'll see on my page, my Twitch page, you can actually scroll down and there will be links that directly go towards Monster Cat's different pages and that for it, giving them full credit for everything and all the artists. I also have a now playing section, I think, as part of my setup, which really helps out. I mean, if people are asking what a song is, I'm just like, scroll down, you're fine. Okay? The microphone and things. You will need to edit these, otherwise no one's going to be able to hear you. You guys can probably hear barely anything right now. Flex these how you need to. Go on what sounds good. Do a test stream. That kind of side of it. Speaker audio. Make sure that people can hear you over the top of any audio that's coming out of your rig. Make sure of that. If you've got background sound as well, just be careful of that as well with the gain. I have alert box is the only other thing that I've got, because it will deafen people if you're not careful. So just tone it down as you need. Just to show you that one there. So say I want to test a follow. That's how loud it's going to be. You guys can hear that. You guys can see that. It's not going to be obnoxious. It's not going to be in the way, and it fades out quite quickly. You can edit that one there in the alert box settings as you need to in the properties. Okay? Elgato. Anytime that you add something in, you're going to get these kind of settings as well. One of the things you were saying is you were looping on your microphone. You were getting an echo. What you need to do, advanced audio. Don't panic. It looks like a lot more than it actually is. Hello. I've got that on 100%. Microphone, monitor off. So if you have monitor only or monitor and output, it'll loop your track. Okay? It'll... Can't see. Can't see? Does it not actually show that? That's a dick. I know. Hold up. There. Okay. Ta-da! Right. It's the Rocket League. Yeah. Lols. I'm trying. It's really hard when you're not thinking this through. You're like, oh, it's doing the display capture. Anyway, this will break down each of the different audio output items that you've got in your setup, in your scenes. So my microphone, you need to make sure that the monitor is off. Monitor is basically, you can hear it through whatever audio output you've got, so like your headset. But if that's your default, it'll also then loop into your speakers. It'll loop into the rest of your rig's audio, so that'll then play back on the stream, and you'll get this delay and loop and reverb. Don't do that. Monitor off, done. Okay? Webcam. Monitor off. I've muted my webcam, because you guys don't want the audio from this and from the webcam. That might also be your issue, so just make sure it's muted. There are little mute icon things, or just turn the volume all the way down. Either works, you know. The jar, monitor only, mute output. I've had that on monitor only, mute output, because it's an easier way of doing it. Because what it'll do is it'll only allow me to hear the audio, which then loops back to the stream anyway. Okay? Make kind of sense? Weird way of putting it. It goes through to my headset, which you guys will then in turn hear. Cool. Alert box. Mute, monitor only, mute outputs. Again, yeah. You guys will only hear it because I can hear it. And sponsor banner, I've done the same. Just fiddle with it. Fiddle with it until you're happy. Great. I don't think there's a whole lot more that I can really say for how to default set up this how you want to. The other things that I will probably say that you've got going on would be themes. Now, is this going to capture, so you guys can see? Let's have a look. Yes, it is. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. That overlays really nicely. Right. They've done really well with this. I can't see my webcam right now, so you'll have to bear with me. If you want your stream to look unique, there are other sites you can use, but Streamlabs' own themes are really, really cool and really easy to set up. The second you find one that you want to, you can just literally click onto it, say I want to go with, I don't know, something that Orb uses probably, or like say you want to do Fortnite, because that seems to be what everyone's doing. You install it, you apply it, and it finds your webcam, it finds all your follow things, it'll add things into your sources automatically, it creates sources for you, and you can do what you need to. Look at that. Latest subscriber, latest follower, it does all this kind of stuff, you get a live chat thing. It's pretty good. They've done very well with this one for us. Okay? The chromas you set up how you need to, you tweak it how you need to. Just because you apply a theme does not mean that that theme is done. Fix it how you need to. You do need to be careful that some of these are Prime. So you need to have a Prime membership with Streamlabs to be able to use them. But there are free themes as well. So if I go to... Jesus. Most of these are Prime now. It used to be that you could just get themes and it was just like a lot easier for you and free. But now it seems they've not sold out, but they're doing damned well for themselves with the amount of themes that people use. But you get the idea. Buy what you want to if you want to get Prime. Apply the non-Prime skins if you want to. Where the f... Give me a one that isn't Prime. Jesus. All of these are going to be Prime. Just have a look through the library. Okay? Other things. Cloudbot is kind of a stream moderator. I use Nightbot because I don't really like Cloudbot settings. Nightbot gives me a lot more flex, and my moderators like Nightbot better because they have stuck with Nightbot for years now. It guides you through. It's a very self-explanatory system. If you don't want people swearing in your chat, if you don't want them BMing each other, just set it up how you need. Okay? You can use Nightbot and you can go onto their website and they'll guide you through how to moderate it, how to edit it. There's even a Nightbot program that you can use on the PC and edit things on the fly. There's timers that you can set up for commands. Like I can do... ta-da! Look at that. 4 hugs have been given. That's nice. So yeah, Nightbot gave me a hug. Bits and pieces. All of this stuff comes in time, but if you get things set up how you want to early on, you can immediately start streaming the content you want to at the quality that you want to, and people can just walk into your channel and go, oh, this looks nice. Okay? Not much more that I can say with this one. There is the App Store. The App Store is a bit of a funky place. Again, every single app will get for $12 a month. Do it if you want to. There's stuff to interact with your chat for. There's a lot that you can interact with your chat for. Now, there are these at the moment, which I've called whiskey shots. Channel points. Okay? So, these are earned for free. These are default on Twitch. You can earn these just by, you know, watching or commenting or clicking the button when it pops up. I don't know if you've seen that on Twitch. And you can set these up, you know, manage them, and people can do different things. Like, I've got it set up that people can ban me from healing in certain games or pick a hero, or just edit emotes or knock an emote for 24 hours. I don't mind. Set that how you want to. There's also bits, and you can set up bits and leaderboards and things like, I don't know if you can see this here. Should be able to. This will show what bit leaders are. You can edit that how you want to as well. It's a nice way for your chat to kind of interact between themselves. And you, like, they can remind you, oh, by the way, you're not to heal this game, or you're not to do this. So, muck around with those. All of these apps will apply to your stream as well. You'll have interactivity with them, like Monstercat Music Player. If you've got Spotify running in the background, which I'll show you in a second as well, you can muck around with that. But you've just got to think any audio you've got playing in the background will play through the stream. So, keep it PG if you want your stream to get monetized. That's all I can really think. And don't get copyrighted. Alright. Oh, not the dashboard. Oops. Okay. Layout editor's probably a good one to go over. This is how your Streamlabs is set up. Okay? So, I set mine on default. I like default. Sounds bad, but I've got no need to change things. Okay? So, this will allow you to change when you're on the screen where your cam is, which is the edit display, mini feed, which is where people have followed or subbed or raided. It'll give you a little notification bar and tell you what it is that you've got going on with that one. Scene selector, I've done that, source, then audio. There is nothing wrong with that setup in the slightest, so I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is cool. Studio mode is cool, if it'll let me onto it. No, it's not going to let me onto it. You're an... Okay, that's why. Right. This is the first time I've done one of these tutorials, and I think I'm alright for now. I'm winging it. This will give you the ability to edit and transition between different ones. So say you've got a VOD for the channel, or a highlight clip running. Like, you've got a video on one side. Like, say you've got a video on the first scene that you let and play through, and then you want it to transition into you going live, or something like that. Like, if you watch Tim the Tapman, his moderators have done an incredible job with moving things around in that sort of way for it. So they'll play something off his YouTube, something that they've edited that's funny as hell, and it'll immediately switch back to Tim. Great. Good shit. Yeah. That little button there comes in handy. And then, yeah. That is pretty much the sum of all of this. This here is what people will be doing on my channel. Okay? You'll get that as well. Mini feed. Very important. Make sure you shout out the people you follow. Early on, respect the people who follow you. Respect the people who chat with you. If you need to step in and moderate, do it. But just think that you want your channel to grow. Okay? Alright. That should be me. That should be everything. The trackers here for are fairly self-explanatory. Again, this is a notification window. It'll tell you if you've got anything going wrong. Click on the performance metrics and change what you need to as well. Yeah. If you guys get stuck, if anyone watching this gets stuck and doesn't know what's going on, if they've mucked something up and can't fix it, please message me. Tell me what you want to know and I will try and fix it. I will do another one of these mini streams again if you guys need it. I just wish you the best of luck if you are using any of this info to get yourself streaming. Hopefully you'll stick around with my channel and see what I'm up to with this kind of side of it, but now you guys have a bit of an inside scoop onto what I do on a day-to-day streaming thing. This will probably go up on YouTube as well. I have no reason not to right now. So, yeah, have a great day, have a great night, if it applies, if wherever you are in the world. I hope you all get through this lockdown really well. Please stay safe, and yeah, take it easy. Peace.